Oprah Winfrey said, "When you're not seen, you grow up believing you're not meant to be." Growing up with an alcoholic parent often means growing up unseen. In homes shaped by addiction, the focus is on managing chaos, anticipating moods, avoiding conflict, protecting secrets, and keeping the family functioning generates persistent turmoil for everyone. Children quickly learn that their own needs, feelings, and voices are inconvenient or dangerous. To survive, they adapt by becoming invisible. Invisibility can look like being a good child, the caretaker, the peacemaker, or the overachiever. It can also look like emotional numbness, withdrawal, or chronic self-reliance. These strategies are not flaws. They are intelligent survival responses to unpredictable environments. The hidden trauma of adult children of alcoholics is not only what happened, but what didn't happen. Emotions were not mirrored or validated. Safety was inconsistent. Trust was unreliable. Needs were minimized or ignored. Over time, the nervous system learns to stay on alert while the self disappears. Many adult children grow into adults who struggle with anxiety, people-pleasing, perfectionism, shame, difficulty receiving support, or a deep sense of not belonging, even when life appears successful on the outside. Being invisible also disrupts identity. When a child's role is to manage the environment rather than be known within it, they lose touch with who they are, what they feel, and what they want. They may feel more responsible for others than for themselves and safer attending to others' needs rather than their own. Let me share with you one highly paid professional's crazy-making story. Clara, not her real name, adjusted her cardigan as she stood in front of the copier at work, silently berating herself for not catching a typo in the monthly report. How could I miss that? I should have double-checked it 3 times. Her heart pounded, racing faster, palms slightly damp. No one had even noticed, but the voice inside her head had already launched into its usual tirade. You're not good enough. You never will be. Clara, age 38, was a highly capable accountant and the go-to person for last-minute emergencies. No one at the office knew that she still carried the invisible wounds of growing up in an alcoholic home. Behind her poised smile was a child who had learned to stay silent, to be perfect, and avoid triggering chaos. A child who became a woman still waiting to be seen. Here's the hidden wound, what adult children of alcoholics need to know. You don't have to remember screaming, slamming doors, or drunken fights to be traumatized. Sometimes the silence was the loudest injury. Sometimes the small T traumas, the moments where no one saw you, held you, or asked how you were doing, leave the deepest scars. Small T trauma, as psychologists define it, involves consistent emotional neglect, misattunement, and dismissal. In Clara's case, her parents weren't violent. They were emotionally unavailable, consumed by addiction and dysfunction. Her sadness was ignored, her joy unacknowledged, her needs even seen as inconvenient. And so, like many adult children of alcoholics, Clara developed many coping mechanisms: perfectionism to control the chaos, people-pleasing to earn love and avoid rejection, overworking to prove her worth, emotional numbing just to survive. She didn't notice until years later that these weren't just personal quirks, they were survival strategies, and they came with a cost. What was it like when trauma hijacks the mind? When you're stuck in a trauma loop, your nervous system stays on high alert. According to trauma expert Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, the body keeps the score. That means even as an adult, your brain interprets stress as danger. Your body reacts with panic or shut down, and your emotions hijack your ability to think clearly. As Clara puts it, sometimes I just feel yucky. I can't name the emotion. I just know something's wrong, and I assume it's me. That's the impact of the automatic negative thoughts. I call them ants, subconscious patterns that are rooted in childhood. Nobody likes ants in your home, and nobody likes them in your mind, but we have them and we don't realize it. What was the most persistent unconscious thought Clara ran on a perpetual loop? I'm not good enough. Do you see yourself in this story? Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, it's never enough? Have you ever worked so hard to please others, but still feel hollow inside? Have you struggled to relax and to feel safe in your own body? Felt confused, overwhelmed, or too much emotionally? If so, you are not alone. Over 1 in 4 adults in the US grew up in a home with alcohol abuse, according to the National Association for Adult Children of Alcoholics, for adult children of addiction. That's millions of women quietly living with the residue of early neglect, managing invisible wounds behind high-functioning lives. Even socially acceptable habits like being the fixer, helper, or hard worker can be trauma-driven responses to being unseen. The turning point came as Clara's moment of reckoning came after a panic attack left her unable to drive home from work. She sat in the parking garage, gasping for breath, her body trembling. That's when she sought help, not because she was broken, but because she was done pretending. In therapy, Clara learned about cognitive restructuring, rewriting the faulty scripts in her mind. She practiced daily journal writing, prayer, an emotional freedom technique called tapping or EFT to release stuck energy. She explored eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, called EMDR, to resolve painful memories. She began to question her thoughts, to ask herself, is this really true? Or is this my inner child trying to survive? Most importantly, she started learning how to mother herself. Here's 4 common mistakes people make when healing from small t trauma. 1, denying your experience because it wasn't that bad. Neglect and emotional invisibility are traumatic even without overt abuse. 2, over-identifying with productivity. Busyness is often a socially praised form of dissociation. 3, trying to heal alone. You need support, a guide, a mirror. Healing happens in relationship. 4, waiting to be ready. There's no perfect moment to heal. You get to choose now. It's not about your blaming your parents or reliving the past. It's about recognizing how early survival strategies shaped your nervous system, relationships, and your self-worth, and learning how to create safety inside yourself now. Healing means learning that your presence matters, reclaiming your right to have your needs and boundaries, restoring trust in your body and emotions, being seen first by yourself. Invisibility once kept you safe. Now, safety allows you to be seen. Becoming visible is not about demanding attention. It's about coming home to your own life, your own truth, your own light. What's waiting on the other side? Clara still has hard days, but now instead of spiraling into shame, she pauses, breathes, and whispers, I am good enough. She sets boundaries with her family. She takes quiet baths without guilt. She captures private moments and thoughts of gratitude in her journal. She prays to a loving, all-knowing higher power. She feels her emotions without drowning in them. She no longer is waiting to be seen. She's choosing to see herself. If you saw yourself in Clara's story, you are not alone, and you are not beyond help. Healing is not about blaming the past. It's about liberating your future. It's your turn to begin something fresh and new. Start by understanding where you are. In my PTSD assessment PDF and Climbing Out of the PTSD Hole ebook are powerful tools to help you take that next courageous step. The assessment is free. Climbing Out of the PTSD Hole ebook or in print are available for $15. Download them now to begin your journey toward clarity, connection, and compassion. You are worthy. You are seen, and you are not broken. You are becoming whole. There's no urgency here. If you've been feeling curious or called to work together, you're welcome to message me. Mostly, I want to model what alignment looks like: listening, adjusting, and honoring capability. Thank you for being here. Please share with women who you know who would benefit from this message. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like and share with your friends.